Hey Tua, what's up, man? I got a jersey number question for you. You and Kyler both wear number one, which has been pretty rare for quarterbacks. I wanted to ask, what was your reasoning behind deciding that number, and what do you think about it being more popular for young quarterbacks wearing it?
Yeah, well, I sat down and talked to my dad about that. Sat down with him, and his biggest thing to pick number one was for the audience of one. And so that's more so like on the faith side of things. So that's why I chose it.
How?
Tua, I have no doubt that your number one concern is wins and losses, but I would like to ask you, individually speaking, not as a team, but individually speaking, what constitutes a successful season for you this year?
Well, I think it's hard to speak individually because this is a team sport. You know, we play this together. You need all 11 guys on the offense, all 11 guys on the defense, and all 11 guys on special teams. And in order for you to win and accomplish your individual goals, I mean, it contributes to everyone. Everyone needs to contribute and do their part. You know, and that's what we're hopefully looking to improve on as an offense, you know, this upcoming week.
Soften?
You're starting to sound like Flo already, Tua. I wanted to ask you about Kyler Murray, man, and you know, you guys spent some time together during the Heisman Trophy ceremony. You know, what's he like? You know, as a player, as a friend, and how excited are you to kind of go up against him, you know, this week?
I'm very excited to go up against him. I would say first impressions when I met him, I mean, he's pretty jacked up, you know, for as, you know, short as he is, he's I mean, this guy's rocked up. But he's very competitive. You know, he's very personable too. I got to meet his parents as well at the Heisman ceremony. Very good family. You know, but going against guys like that who are very competitive and you know you're going to get their best, I think that's going to be a fun one.
Will?
To a lot is going to be made of week to week, you know, the improvement for you. And when you look back now, I know it's only been a few days, but what are some of the things you look at and you say, okay, I missed, I can improve on, I'm seeing that I can do better in weeks moving forward?
I think there's room for improvement every day for me. You know, I feel like I'm getting more comfortable in the huddle, talking to the guys, giving the plays out, and kind of seeing where everyone needs to go. I think the biggest thing for me is pocket presence, being able to just step up into, you know, what feels like pressure. And then also just making the throws that I need to you know, give the receivers good run after catch.
Steve?
Hi, Tua. I'm hoping you can help me with a question about the Samoan sports culture. First, I'm wondering if you know the new Clemson quarterback. And also, I'm wondering what your reaction is to the way Samoans are trending at that position. Seems like Samoan kids used to all want to grow up to be Junior Seau, but that's changed.
Yeah, that's I do know DJ. You know, I got to meet him and his family back at you know, some camps while I was in college. You know, I'd go help out with some camps, but man, I think it's something pretty cool to look around and see that our people, Samoan people, are not always gonna be, you know, on the opposite side of the ball or in the trenches, you know, on the D line, on the defense, or, you know, on the O line. I think it's pretty cool to see that, you know, guys from our culture can also play skill positions. And I mean, quarterback, I mean, I think that speaks volume to I guess how they were raised as well, and their upbringing too. So,
Josh?
Hey, so I guess this is a good follow-up to Steve's question, but you know, obviously on game day this past Sunday, the social media team caught you walking in, you know, wearing clothing of your culture, tributes to you know, Samoan culture. Can you just speak a little bit about you know, the platform that you have to you know, in many different ways, but then you also remember giving back to your culture in that way?
Well, that's how I've been raised. On Sundays, a lot of the times, that's what we'd normally wear going to church, and that's just cultural. But being able to share that with the world, it's pretty cool that the Dolphins, they captured that and posted on social media and whatnot. But it's just a representation of who you are, and I mean, also what you represent. It's not just me and my family, but it's also our people as well. I'd say we're very prideful people. We take pride in a lot of things that we do. And at the same time, respect is really big in our culture. But yeah, the reason I do that is because every Sunday, normally after church, that's our attire.
Adam?
We talked to Chan yesterday, and he mentioned that the plan going in was to take it safe, to kind of ease you into the NFL. Do you feel like maybe this week that's not going to be the case anymore, that they're not going to let it rip, but obviously open up a lot more to what you might do?
I believe my job is to do whatever play call we're given. If it's a run 20 times and it's a pass one time, I got to make it work that one time, the pass is given, and I got to carry out my fakes those 20 times. But I trust, and I think our offense trusts, what Chan has planned for us offensively. And we go into the week knowing the game plan, what we're going to do, and, how we're going to try to attack their defense. But, we have full trust that whatever Chan calls, we got to go out there and do good with it.
Travis?
Hey, Tua, good afternoon. A couple of weeks ago, I had asked you how much you were able to learn from sitting behind Ryan Fitzpatrick and watching the way he game plans and prepares. I'm curious now, in the absence of a preseason and having no live bullets really up until your first start, how much more can that really help accelerate your growth and what you've seen in your game, having an actual NFL tape with a full game for yourself?
I think that's almost the best way, I would say. That's pretty much the best way, I think, for anyone in the NFL to learn. You can sit down and anyone can watch film, really, but being able to go in and get some actual game reps, seeing actual rotations of the defenses, and you got to make actual mic points and do things like that. I think those things go a long way in sticking in your head and knowing, okay, if this comes up, I know what my answer is. And then just being comfortable, as the games go on, you just get a good feel of the game. And then you can also get into a good rhythm.
All right, we'll take one more, Ruthie.
Hey, Tua, I wanted to ask you about last weekend and kind of getting to share a big weekend with your brother. Tua Tagovailoa wins, and you guys were on kind of the national stage together, and I'm sure that had to be special for you both.
Yeah, that was very special. I think it was very special for our parents as well. It was very special for our family. But it's always what's next. You enjoy it that day. You enjoy it for, those 24 hours. But you got to keep working to improve.
Good. Hey, I wanted to ask you about some of the pressure looks you guys had on Sunday. It looked like you had a lot of opportunities to get free runs at the quarterback. Just wanted to kind of get your take on how you were able to get so many free pressures on Goff and what that does for your defense.
How do we do it? I mean, we just throw a lot of different looks. In our defense, anybody can come, so you got to prepare like that, and it's hard to really prepare for anybody on the field to come. So that's pretty much how we do it. Just we kind of make it that anybody can come and throw different looks, and that's how we get a few open runs to the quarterback.
Josh?
Yeah, Jerome, what's it feel like to be part of one of the best defenses in terms of points and statistics in the NFL right now?
I really don't know all the statistics we are part of, whatever, but I can tell you it doesn't feel like whatever it says. I mean, one thing about our defense is we're pretty hungry, so every snap, every rep we have, we're definitely getting on each other. We're holding each other accountable to do better. So it doesn't feel like whatever it's written on paper. So just got to keep it up, and we truly are just taking it one rep and getting better, as a defense.
Will?
In terms of the challenge of Kyler Murray, that kind of quarterback, a guy who obviously, he can do it with his legs, he can do it with his arms. How do you prep for a guy like that and the dynamic player that he is?
How do we prep for him? It's hard. I tell you that. It's very hard. He's one of those quarterbacks he's young, but he's definitely dynamic. So we just got to do a lot of different things, to make it hard on him. If it's throwing different looks, if it's throwing pressure, whatever it is, our coaching staff do a great job of just doing that and getting us, ready for that. With guys like that, it's hard to stop them. Pretty much just have to contain them. So that's our game plan. We just got to contain them and truly play as a defense.
Travis?
Hey, Jerome, again, just curious, you guys had 4 takeaways in the game Sunday, but a couple opportunities for more. I'm just curious if there's any razzing that goes on between you guys and for instance, Eric Rowe, who had a chance at maybe a pick 6 there, or Van Ginkel, who almost had that pick on the ball he batted up. Do you guys give those guys a hard time for that type of thing?
Yes, very, very hard. It's not just okay just to get the interception or pick up a fumble. Well, we pretty much, and this is all players, we hold each other accountable. So if that's, you pick up the fumble and we expect you to score, but not just score, we expect everybody to block for you. When you get the interception, we just hold each other accountable. And it's not just you have to do it. As a defense, we have to work together to score points. So that's what's cool about our defense. We hold each other accountable. We want each other to get better. And that makes it, more enjoyable when the coaches don't have to say anything.
Safin?
Yeah, kind of piggybacking off of Travis's question. What about Van Noy falling down on the 1, man? And I also wanted to ask, what did you think about Ryan Fitzpatrick's shorts today at practice?
The one thing I say about Kyle, if you look at the video, I was the first one on him. I definitely got on him about that. We watch each other high school highlights as a linebacker core, and everybody scored touchdowns, everybody do their thing. So we all brung it up. You scoring all these touchdowns and all this, why you didn't do that? But it's just a fun way just to get on each other and just have fun with it. But I definitely got on about that. And the shorts, yeah, that was my boy Isaiah. But it's part of the business. But we definitely gonna miss him.
All right, last one, Hal.
Hey, Jerome, you were mentioning earlier that you don't pay much attention to stats, and I can appreciate that. But a year ago, you guys were giving up more points per game than anybody else. This year, you're giving up the least amount of points per game in the entire league. Doesn't it feel different?
Honestly, it really doesn't. And when I say that, it's our expectations is so high. It's kind of when we make a play, it's not, oh, we made a play. That's what we're supposed to do. In that field, it's like on offense, you don't act like when you get to the end zone, you act like you've been there before. That's truly how we are. When we make a play, we're expected to do that. That's how we supposed to do it. And that's truly how I feel. We're not getting comfortable. We're not just complacent on, we're good right now. We truly go out there every day and really truly wants to get better. And, just the guys we have, we hold each other accountable. If you had a bomb game last week, we expect you to have a bomb game this week. And it's truly just fun to, play with these guys because, what you did in the past or what you did last game or the play before, we want you to do, just as good today.
Obviously this team hasn't drafted any receivers pretty early on in the last couple of years, and I feel like your presence is probably a good reason for it. Do you feel any, kind of added pressure or anything for yourself to perform well and perform at your best to kind of prove to the Dolphins and their front office that, investing their time in you, was a great decision, moving forward?
If Dolphins decide to draft receivers, I'd be happy, just having other people, other great talents around me that I can learn from and teach things to. Every day it's a competition out there. So, whoever they bring in, whoever out there playing receiver, I'm just gonna compete against them and as a lone player beside them. So
Adam?
I'd imagine last week wasn't up to your standards personally. What was it that when you watched the film that bothered you the most?
just a lot of little fundamental things, the little details. Just got to catch the ball before I run. Had 2 drops I could have caught. Just in practice this week, trying to catch everything and just fix those things and remember the little things.
Cam?
Hey Preston, I know we talked to you a little bit about this before, but you and Fitz had a really good connection. He liked to throw those 50-50 balls to you. Seems Tua is more of a timing based passer. How do you have to adjust to maybe what each quarterback does well and how it evolves, what you're asked to do?
It was Tua's first game, so they're just trying to get him warmed up. A couple quick passes there, but I watched Tua in college, so I think Tua's a 50-50 guy too also. They'll throw it up. I think Tua can make any throw he want to make. So,
Joe?
Preston, did the ball come at you a little different because it was spinning in the opposite direction? Is that something you think will get easier the more reps you get with Tua?
Nah. Like I said, it was just I took my eyes off of it. Tried to catch it. I ain't catch it first. Tried to run before I caught it. Then the other one, same thing on the crosser. Tried to catch it before I run. Hit my knee, bounced off my hand. So,
Southern?
Preston, we appreciate you being so open with us. When you have good games, when you have bad games, you've been really open with us on things you do right, things you do wrong. I wanted to ask you, what do you think, because the team has high expectations for you and other people do too, how do you kind of react to having those and needing to perform that way?
I just try to, be there when my number's called. So, me dropping balls is not helping at all. So, I'm hard on myself more than, anybody can be hard on me. Just being one of the receivers that they count on, I just try to make every play. So,
Big Fish, man, how you doing? And only saying that because you gave us permission last time.
Yes, sir. I'm good. What about you?
Doing good. I guess just, the second week with a new quarterback, just how was the offensive line feeling? We talked to Coach Marshall and Chan yesterday, and, they both admitted that the offensive line, needs to do a better job in terms of providing time for Tua to make some better decisions.
No doubt. Like you said, like Coach Marshall said, got a new quarterback, so we got to be perfect for him. That was his very first game, and then playing against the defense that we played against. The offensive line got to do a little bit more to get him comfortable. So all week, this week, that's what we're emphasizing, is doing more, so we can be able to give him the amount of time that he need, or even more time he need on the field.
Go ahead and raise your hand, guys. Joe?
Hey, Solomon, I think that the Dolphins only allowed, 1 sack and 4 pressures against the Rams. And part of that was the plan to use a quick passing attack.
No doubt.
But just in general, how did you guys as a unit feel about, keeping Tua's jersey pretty clean?
I mean, a win is a win, but, you always got, every day you go in, every Sunday, every Monday, you go in and look at film. Every time you see, you're going to see something to get better from. Like you said, we had a quick game going, and then we only gave up as many pressures as you said. But we try to keep them perfect. Our goal to come in at every game, our number one goal on the offensive sheet is no sacks and no pressure. So, we didn't make our goal, even though it was a good goal in the game, but we didn't make the goal that we wanted. So we got to improve on it this week.
How?
So given that strive for perfection, what was going through your mind after that first play when Aaron Donald burst through the line? What were you thinking at that point?
To be honest, we go through this in practice. Coach Flo put us through adversity, and we know how to bounce back. We done been in very tight games this whole season, going possession for possession. Somebody make a big play on defense, somebody make a big play on offense. So we was pretty much used to that. We pretty much know what we had going on coming into that game, who we was playing against. So we kept our head in the right place and tried to keep striving the whole game.
Adam?
Solomon, you were asked about how well the pass protection's been. I wanted to ask about the run blocking. what's the difference, I guess? Well, Coach Marshall kind of mentioned how it's something you guys need to get better at. Why do you think that's an area for improvement you have?
Coming in, how Coach Marshall, he teaches us and how he coaches us. Don't worry about the good that you do. Worry about the what you can get better on. You know, we never come into practice or in the meeting room after that Monday, after Sunday, win or loss. We never really strive on the good stuff that we do because it's always so much stuff you can get better from. So that's just our mindset coming in with even the run game or the pass game, the string game, you know, that type of stuff. So that's how we view it. Every time we do something good, we asking him, like we asking each other, was that good? Was this good? Or was that the standard that we play to in this offensive line, Dolphins room? So that's how we view ourselves, and that's how we want to play on the field on Sundays.
Cam?
Hey Solomon, what's up? Curious, how was it when you went across Aaron Donald for the first time? Did your eyes get big at any point or anything like that?
It's crazy because my boy Andrew Thomas, who played for the New York Giants, you know, I talk to all my guys all the time still, like Swift, all them guys around the NFL. And during college last year, like we was in college, we used to go in the sauna, just get buzzed through, get everything out of us after a game on Saturday. And we always used to talk about the people that we had to block when we got to NFL. We was like, oh yeah, I ain't got to block Aaron Donald. Oh, I ain't got to block Aaron Donald. Not knowing I'm going to get drafted by the Miami Dolphins. I got drafted by the Miami Dolphins. First play of the game, I seen him on the field. I'm like, yeah, it's time to play football for real. You're going against the best. He's really 99, and he's really 99 overall. So, you know, you got to bring your A game.
Alan?
Hey, Solomon. So I wanted to ask you, how did it feel to have your fellow Rook, Austin, back at practice today, and how do you look?
It felt good, you know, but, you know, I feel like he looked pretty good. You know, that's not my place. But like I said, when I seen that he did and what he was, I seen that he looked pretty good.
All right, last one, Cam.
Solomon, so we talked about the Rams defense. You got the Cardinals this upcoming week. What's different in the challenge? You know, what do they do different than the Rams that kind of, you know, you got to be on?
The thing about the Rams and the Cardinals, all them guys are about my size, 335, 325, 330. They're from the Cardinals, and you know, Aaron Donald is a little bit smaller than those guys. So that's the biggest difference right there. But the Arizona Cardinals have a good front seven from the front three and to the back three. You know what I'm talking about? So it's just really every week is a competition. Every week competition. You're going against the best every week.